Then we go to the diesel, which is the 1.5 diesel.
This is the new?
No, this is
a new transmission, you said?
It has the new transmission.
Right. Okay.
So we drove the diesel with the dual clutch automatic.
Okay.
Up till now, the diesel was only available with an AMT
Okay.
or a manual.
Okay.
So now for the first time, you're getting a proper, sophisticated automatic.
Okay.
And so yes, this is a DCT. And in that sense, it's a promise, but the promise is not fulfilled.
No.
Yeah, because again, this is what we spoke about.
See,
right?
don't become clickbaity, okay?
Don't become
Clickbaity. You keep style like building it up, and then it's not like that.
But that is how people look at it, right? Are dual clutch hai to, if it's a dual clutch.
No, remember in the Hyundai context, we said now they have a dual clutch. Earlier they had a dual clutch transmission. You remember this?
Oh yeah.
Right? And in the same way, you're saying, okay, it has a automatic.
Okay, I'm going to take completely Shumi's vocabulary here in terminology. So we've moved from the TCGDI and now we're talking just about the TDI with the DCT, but this is not a DCT, this is a DCT.
Correct. Now you set the expectation correctly. See how hard was that? So okay, so what? Shift slowly.
So if you remember, this is an affordable dual clutch.
Right.
This is a gearbox that Tata Motors has got from a provider, so to speak. It's called Punch Powertrains. It's a cost-effective solution. It uses a system whereby it has a multiplier gear in between to create the additional set of gears.
Okay.
It's not a quick transmission. It's not
Understood.
It's not been.
So if you constantly think of DCTs as fast transmissions, which is exactly where they began, which is where the original PDK, the first DSGs in the top of the line Volkswagens, that's what they were for. What he's basically saying is, don't automatically connect DCTs like that anymore. They're trickling down the order, and as they trickle down the order, they're becoming cheaper to buy and put into cars. But that means a trade-off somewhere. In this particular case, the trade-off is in performance.
So imagine if you were to get a touchscreen in your car, but all it would do was play AM radio and would give you scanned copies of maps of your neighborhood.
Oh no, that's very, very low.
Right. No, but because this is in terms of an experience, is it better than an AMT? I'm not really sure.
Okay. Wow, that bad.
It's, see, the way I'm translating it is that it was not great even with the Revotron.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
It's not the same gearbox because it's dealing with more torque with the TCGDI and with this TDI. So it's a larger unit which has to deal with more torque. But the experience with the Revotron earlier as well, it used to be slow. Now it's when it has to deal with more torque, that slowness gets amplified.
Got it.
Whenever it stutters or is confused, it's more obvious because it's having to deal with more torque.
Right. And when the torque returns, then you suddenly get pushback. Got it. Understood.
So as an experience, is it deserving of your expectations and your money when you're putting it down for something that's badged a DCT? I don't think it quite cuts it.
Understood. Okay.
Is it a convenience? Yes, it is a convenience.
But basically what you're saying is if Tata's AMT is half good, it'll feel at least as good as this DCT, and therefore there may not be any reason to spend extra money getting the DCT instead.
I haven't driven the AMT, but if the AMT is available and it saves me $1.5 lakh, okay.
Got it. Okay.
I would definitely take a close look at it.
Understood.
And this diesel, again, you have stepped up from the sub 4 meter SUV segment to this mid-size SUV segment where the Creta, Seltos, Grand Vitara, everybody is sitting here.
Yeah. And there's some really good cars in there. So every time you slip up even slightly, it looks more magnified is where you're going with this, I think.
Especially now because we're talking about diesels.
Yeah.
And the diesels of the Hyundai Kia diesels have been
very
fantastic.
Yeah.
That engine has been a benchmark. And this engine now, when you step it up, yes, it's 1.5 liters of displacement. It has about the same horsepower. But is the experience befitting the class?
You have doubts?
I don't have doubts. It's not smooth enough. It's not quiet enough.
See, I try. What I was whispering to you because you was talking is, see, I tried to ameliorate a little bit, but clearly.
No, my concern in this is that this car is so pretty for people. Like it's so dramatic, let's say, not pretty. It's so dramatic. You will, and it is completely understandable that you will walk in, and we've heard so many people saying that they don't test drive a vehicle, they don't spend time to experience it because they think it looks so good that they just go ahead and commit. If you are going to do that with this significant chunk of money, I'd much rather you be clear about what you're going to get.
Right.
So you are happy with whatever decision you make. So bottom line, if I have to put it in one way, is that if it's a functional decision, you would be just as happy with the Nexon.
Right. Probably happier because of the backseat.
Yeah, and by the money saved.
Yeah.
So those are the things just I want to be very clear about, because this engine and this experience, I would have been okay with the Nexon.
Right.
I'm not saying it's a great experience, because even then you have the Sonnet with the diesel, which is a very refined and upmarket experience. So it's
Fair enough.
It's not quite cutting it. Hi, it's me, Karthik, the one who's generally laughing and just going along with Shumi's jokes. You can catch all the jokes on the main channel. That's where they're all there. Right now, this is a bit of the serious conversation, but you can catch all the fun factor on the full video, which is on the MotorInc channel. So head out there and subscribe. And if you want more of these shorter clips, do subscribe to this channel as well.